how do I grow my business? All right, so it is it's the big one. It's the one that everybody kind of wants to know. And what we always do is we start with the idea that this can be broken down into 3 distinct areas. Right, so if you are brand new to this, essentially you've got to think in terms of 3. So you've got to think product, marketing, and you've got to think sales. Okay, now those are hugely broad areas. So in order to make them much more straightforward, what we've done here at Growtion is break them down into 5 distinct legs. So I'm going to run through each of them in turn. We're going to start with product. All right, now right down at the bottom here, underpinning this product pyramid is product concept. Product concept is the most important of all of the elements, as we call them, of growth, of business execution. Product concept is the answer to your question, why am I solving this problem? It's huge. All right, now what you need to do is you need to think very, very clearly about why it is that you have ended up in this particular business, in this particular role, wanting to launch this business, if that's what 2021 holds for you. Why are you uniquely qualified, uniquely experienced, uniquely knowledgeable about? Do you have a unique skill set that means that you are going to be able to solve this problem for the people that you are here to serve better than pretty much anybody else out there? All right, whatever is being done for those people right now, you know that it is not sufficient to solve the problem correctly, or there is a cohort of people that is being underserved by this particular series of solutions that are already in place. So you and you alone are there to solve this problem in a particular way. And the why, the reason that you are here and that this business and this product exists is something that needs to permeate every single one of the other elements of your business and your business growth. All right, so you can see here there are another 4 alongside product concept on here. Each of them needs to be dripping in product concept. It needs to know and inform everything that these are all about as well, because without a product concept you are making life so hard for yourself. You need to articulate this. You need to make it so that it is really, really clear, and it is something that then when you come to, for example, product pricing, you know that there is some kind of backstory to it. There is a reason why you're going to position your pricing where it is. Further, as you go to marketing, if it's your marketing content, it is going to be the articulation of this product concept on a regular basis, right through to things like sales collaboration, where you are looking at partners, potential partners that are going to help you on your journey, but you know that they need to share your values and your product concept too. All right, so product concept, hands down the most important of all of these business elements, and the one that you should take a really good amount of time to find out what it is and to ensure that you and all of your stakeholders know what it is. All right, because they will then be able to help to grow the business, to scale the business as quickly as possible, because they understand exactly why they're doing what they're doing and what they're going to do. It also, by the way, helps you to accrue those stakeholders. So whether you're looking for investors, they will be looking. That they will be sharing your vision, sharing your concept, whether you're looking for team members, co-founders, whatever it is that you are looking to do, you need to have this product concept articulated and available, and really clear and strong, and for others to get on board with. All right, so that's the first one. That's product concept down there at the base of the pyramid. The next one is product design. Product design is how you get your potential customers from vague interest all the way through to absolute delight, to being an advocate for your business and your product. Now that process, that design is clearly something that's going to take you a while to work through, and that's why we're really big fans here of Eric Ries's Lean Startup and the minimum viable product. All right, so the idea of getting a minimum viable product, which is the least version of your product that can be brought out to market that works, that can have feedback presented to you on it. All right, so the minimum viable product is it's the smallest, the most cost-effective way of getting your solution out into the market, so that you can get feedback on it and then iterate and iterate and iterate and probably iterate again, and some more, until you get it to a state of readiness, so that it fits its market. All right, and that is really the holy grail of all that we do here in product, is to get you to a stage where you are able to build a product that is fit for its market, that you have people literally queuing up for it, wanting it before it's even ready, wanting it before the next iteration is available, because it is so right for the product, for the problem that you have set out in product concept. All right, so product design, really important. Some really strong support for you if you want to delve a bit deeper into product design, available on the Growtion.co website, growtion.co. Most of them absolutely free. Go and have a look. There is some really strong kind of ideas and guidance for how you can design your product up. Next one, number 3, is product service. All right, this is all about the people you are here to serve. How well do you know your target market? How well do you know your audience? And here it's really useful to kind of think in terms of avatars. So actually to construct little ideas of them and what they think, how they behave, and what they believe, so that you are then able to map your product and your services to their needs. Okay, you also need to think about the kind of disposable cash they have. Are you going to target the top end of the market? Are you going to target the broad mid market, or perhaps the volume end? But within product service, what you'll find is loads of guidance and tips on how to really hone in and drive in at this particular niche. Do not go for whole of market, right? Do not go for everyone. It is the worst. It's the most tempting, because you think, right, well, if I go for everybody, then just a small subset of success will achieve amazing things for me. Actually, what happens is you go after everybody and nobody thinks you're for them. Okay, everybody just assumes that you're kind of so broad brush and a little bit vanilla that really they're looking for something quite specific. Their needs are really personal to them, generally speaking. So to go out and say, we'll do whatever you want, is really a bit of a fool's errand. It ends up being highly counterproductive. So you need to specialize. You need to focus in on a particular niche and prove that you are there for them. You may then choose to expand that service out wider as you go through. But for now, really understand what your niche is and who you are targeting, and why those people are important to serve and to solve the problems for. Number 4, product pricing. It's great fun. This is all about one of those levers, and the most important lever from a variable perspective that you can use to drive up interest in your product. All right, it's a really interesting way of managing human behavior, if you can put it that way. And there's loads of different parts to it, and things like, how do I drive urgency? So having something like a discount, but not a perennial discount. People get very bored and distrustful of, if you look at in the UK, the DFS sale that is always on for sofas. People don't trust discounts unless they are very much time bound, unless they are very targeted and very specific. You might want to have a setup fee or a delivery charge that you can negotiate away, and you can use that as a means of urgency by saying, look, if you book in the next week or the next month, then you will get free delivery. That drives up urgency as well. And then free upgrades. Now, one of the things that we found very strong is if you are able to frame your core offering. So essentially the product that you've set out to sell, and the one that is your profit engine, if you can frame that with a premium product above it and a perhaps more basic version of it below it, what that tends to do is drive people right into the middle. It's the same as, if you're in a restaurant and you choose the second wine down on the list. People don't tend to want to be seen as cheap, and people don't always want to be flash, although you will happily have people who will choose both of those. But your core midpoint, the driver of your profit, that that kind of key intermediate Goldilocks option is the one that most people will gravitate to if they see it within the frame of a premium and a basic version. And that then also affords you the opportunity, if you wanted to drive up urgency through pricing, of saying, right, this month you can have a free upgrade from the basic to the standard, or from the standard to the premium. And that again can drive urgency into your product or your service. Final one is within products is product USP. So this is the unique selling point. Every single product in the universe needs to have a USP unless it is to fail. And the only places that this USP can live is in one of the previous four elements, right? So let's go down them in order. So product pricing, can pricing be a USP? Yes, it can, for essentially a nanosecond, until somebody else decides that they're going to charge cheaper than you. Pricing is a really a very fake USP. Nobody sticks around as being the cheapest or indeed the most expensive for very long before somebody else sees that that's quite a good game to play, and they try and undercut you or go in above you in terms of luxury. So pricing is really ephemeral. I would highly recommend that you don't even go near it as a USP. Make your decisions on pricing on many other reasons. Do not do it just because you think you can be unique on it. Genuinely, I've tried it and it's terrible and it nearly kills your business, so don't do it. Service. So can you service can your USP be a particular type of person? So can you only target a particular cohort and they will be yours and yours forever, and you'll be the only ones that service them? Probably don't need to tell you that's not going to last very long either. If you are successful and people see you servicing a particular type of person or type of group very profitably, then they will start up a competitor against you, and your USP will disappear reasonably quickly too. Then we go on to product design. Can you build a particular design of product that is so unique that it remains your USP? So I would say that for a period of time you probably can, until other people work out what your secret sauce is. All right, and you can look at things like washing powder. As soon as you bring out a newfangled way of delivering washing liquid in a little capsule, then every other competitor works it out, does the chemistry, understands the delivery mechanism, and copies it. All right, so you may have a window of opportunity where your design, the way that you deliver your product, is unique, but it doesn't last very long, and very quickly you will find that somebody else has essentially R&D'd it, rip off and deployed it in their own business, and that ceases to be your USP anymore. So we've gone down the pyramid and we end up here, as you might expect, in product concept. So really the best USP that you can get, the longest lasting, the one that sticks with you through generally thick and thin, is your product concept. And you can look at businesses like Apple, you can look at Amazon, you can look at Google, the big $1 trillion companies, and know that the value of those businesses really in their concept. So with Apple, it's the quality of what they deliver. With Google, it is the simplicity of the search. With Amazon, is the ease of the logistics of ordering and receiving those packages. And that's been true right from the word go. And that's the really important thing, is that people understood quickly what they set out to do. It was something that continued to be reinforced and to stand the test of time, and that is why a really strong, articulated, understood product concept is the thing that should be your USP going forward. All right, so that is very quick whistle stop through your product discipline. Now, next up, once you've got your products up and running, and it's very easy to say, it can take a little bit longer than that sentence took. But what you then need to do is to move into the marketing phase. All right. So I often think of these three: product, marketing, and sales, as being parts of the body, where you've got the kind of brain that is the product, you've got the heart that is the marketing, and then you've got hands, which is the sales, the kind of doing bit. So in the heart, in your marketing, what you need to do is really express this product concept and enable people to understand it and to buy into it. All right, so we start up here at number 6 with marketing brand, the biggest of the balls. And this is your shorthand, really, for your product concept. Whenever people see an icon, they see your color scheme, they see your fonts, they see your strap line, the way that you talk about things, the product that you're here to solve. The problem you're here to solve. That's what people get from marketing brand. And that is why it is really, really important, if you can, and if you are starting out or you're launching with some bit of cash, or you are rebranding, or you're thinking about relaunching your business, or you're looking at how you can strengthen it in 2021, think about your brand. Okay, think about how you can make it really, really strong, really tight, something that is just entirely replicable. Something when you see your logo, your icon on Twitter, they know that this is what you stand for. So consistency and coherence in brand is really, really, really important. And if you can spend some money, then do it here. Get a proper designer in. For us at Growtion, we started 5 years ago, great company in Cambridge called 10 Creative, and literally we have not changed anything in terms of the fonts, the colors, the icon. Everything is the same, because it was such a strong job at the outset. So it saves you a huge amount of time, a huge amount of thought, huge amount of effort. You don't need to think about what kind of different areas of an advert should look like, in terms of colors, in terms of fonts, because it's all been done for you. So get that branding guidelines if you can, spend a bit of money on that. Otherwise, there are alternatives. And again, go to the growtion.co website. You'll be able to find loads of guidance around what you can do if you wanted to self-serve it. Look, if you're a startup and it's very early days, you may not have the money to be able to invest in a designer. As soon as you can, as soon as you do, then do. But in the meantime, there are logo designers, color schemes, things like that you can get online. And again, there's pointers within the Growtion website you can find. Marketing intel, this is all about the detail and the data of the people you are here to serve. So in product service number 3, we looked at who the people are that you're here to serve, what niche you're after. This is all about intel on them. So where do they hang out? Who do they talk to? Who do they listen to? What groups are they in? How often do you need to kind of communicate with them? All of that sort of stuff, that's the sort of science behind the marketing. That's all here in Marketing Intel, needs some attention. Number 8 is marketing content. Again, always important. I think it was Bill Gates who said content is king. It is just so true. If you've got content, people will come to you. They will find you. They will be asking questions, and you will turn up as the answer to those questions. So content really critically needs to be consistent. It needs to be regular. If you make promises to people about what you are going to do, then you must do it. So think about all the different ways that you can deliver this content as well. So the content obviously has to articulate your product concept. Again, going all the way back to element 1. It needs to articulate that again and again and again, and in different environments. All right. So if you think about audio, think about video, think about text, and think about physical. So, obviously in this current pandemic, it is much more difficult to appear in person, but brilliantly, there's now virtual ways of doing that, such as this webinar. So think about the content, think about how you deliver it, think about what the different media are that are available that you can drop this through, but you need to be on top of your content game, and you need to be delivering it regularly, and it needs to say the same thing. Distribution is how you get that content out. All right, so you've gone through the brand, so you know what color schemes are going to look like, how great it's going to look. You've gone through marketing intel, so you know who you're delivering it to. You've got the content ready. Distribution is how you get it out there, but really critically, it is how you get it out there indirectly. All right, advertising, number 10, marketing advertising, is all about paid for. So you will go out and spend, and you will expect the more you spend, the higher the results are going to be. Marketing distribution is much more of the informal, the kind of indirect free stuff. So it's social media, it's PR. It is ways that people are sharing your content around and ensuring that your word is spreading, but it's not necessarily something that you can press a button and double and triple and quadruple. So, but it is critically important, because if people don't see you in different environments, then they're not going to buy from you. It's all about trust. Google's numbers are 11, 7, and 4. Google says that you need to show up 11 times in somebody's eyesight before they will buy from you, an average. You need to be there for 7 hours, or they need to see you for 7 hours. So you need to have 7 hours of content, videos, website, fascinating parts, blogs, exhibitions, whatever it is. They need to see you for 7 hours across the piece. So you need that level of content. You need to be distributed, and it needs to be in 4 different environments. All right. Again, this is Google's average. So they need to see you in a video. They need to see you on somebody else's website. They need to, if you've got a meeting, then that could be part of it. Whatever it is, you need 4 different media, different forms of communication, different environments that they see you and your brand, and it builds that trust that enables them to feel comfortable buying from you. Advertising we've covered. Essentially, it is the costly bit, but as you're growing and as you're scaling up, you've found the right product, you've found the right marketing mechanisms, you know what your messaging is, you're hitting the right audience, you've got a great brand, so then you can just spend like heck and ensure that you will scale your business as a result. All right, that is marketing. Then the marketing leads come in, and we need to have our sales area working really, really well too. So again, as you look through the telescope towards the rest of 2021, this is an area that you really need to make sure is covered off. All right, it is not good enough, I'm afraid, to just turn up and hope that these sales are going to come. You need, if you're serious about growing this year, and it's going to be a challenge because there's lots of other stuff going on, but this is that you need to focus on the things that you can control, not the things that are out with your control. So this is part of something that you control, is your sales process. All right. So number 11, sales process. This is where you really get your funnel game together. You make sure that you understand how people move from interest to engagement, how then they move from engagement to commitment, and then conversion, and then conversion to commitment. So how do you make sure that they are always dropping through that funnel in the right ways, as wide as it possibly can be, and how you track it and learn it. All right. Sales collaboration is next. There are a number of businesses, organizations, ambassadors, people, influencers who are talking to your target audience already. Okay. They've built that trust. They already know what these people like and how they need to be, or how they like to be sold to. So you can shortcut a lot of your difficult stuff, right? You can shortcut a lot of that trust building and get people much further down the funnel much more quickly by partnering with these guys. All right. So if you can find the right business, the right organization, the right human that is going to be able to be an ambassador or be a cheerleader or be a partner that distributes your product, your service down to the audience that they're already speaking to, that is your audience, then this will supercharge your business growth. All right, and basically the best collaborations bring 3 things. They bring the data, so who it is that you're speaking to, so that they can email out to people, or they can share your posts and make sure that people can hear it, and it comes as kind of a reinforcement as well. So the data side of things, credibility side, you're sharing their credibility, kind of halo effect of being part of their ecosystem, but also crucially they're giving you advice. Right, that third piece is really important and something that's often missed. But this business or this partner knows things about this audience that you may not know. So always remember to ask them and to get advice as well. But collaboration, really important part. Again, bunch of stuff on the Growtion website all about that. So do go and have a look. Goals, sales goals, setting your goals, looking ahead. What is 3 years time going to look like? It sounds like it's miles away, but you think about how quick 2021 went. 2020 went. I'm wishing the year away already. 2020 went. 2021 is going to go the same. 2022, 2023. Where do you want to be in 3 years? What's the point of this? Why are you doing all this? And if you don't have really structured goals, you're not going to have a structured way of getting there, and you will not get there as fast or as strongly as you otherwise would. All right. So setting sales goals, really important. Again, bunch of stuff that we can help you with on that if you want, or the site has got just free stuff on there as well. Activity, sales activity. How are you going to get there? Who's going to roll their sleeves up and actually get involved in this process, get those collaborations going, focus on the goals, and what are those activities that are needed to take place too? All right. What you generally find is there's one key activity, something that will be the thing that converts, that has the highest conversion rate, that gets people much more swiftly to the conversion line and then over into commitment. And you need to spend some time understanding what those are. You need to have a CRM so it measures it, and you need to make sure that you are across what those metrics are and what you need to tweak in order to make sure that those are moving faster further. All right, so that's the really, really important scalable bit. It is the time when everybody gets involved, where you've got a real focus on, we are getting this product out into the market, we're utilizing the marketing, all the leads are coming in, but how do you make sure they convert? Don't just sit there and hope and leave it to chance. You need to make sure that people are acting on this. The final of the 15 is sales success. This is what happens when it all goes right. All right. How do you make sure that you are thinking like a successful entrepreneur, somebody who knows that this is going to work and then what's going to happen next? And that's a really critical part of your job and something that you need to celebrate, but also build in the what's next scenario too. All right. So that was a quick 20-25 minutes on the 15 elements. As you can see here, they are organized into the Growtion formula, the growth execution formula. This will enable you, if you go onto the Growtion website, you can find so much free stuff around helping you to get through these 15 and to get towards sustainable growth. We're going to talk next week about how do I sell more. Okay, so that is generally the second most important question I get asked, or we get asked at Growtion every single week, month, year. And it's something we love and we want to spend as much time with you on as possible. So next week, we're going to go a quick 20-25 minutes on that. In the meantime, do get onto the website, right? There's tons of stuff there. We've reorganized it. It is relaunched. It's got now 15 different support areas that you can go to, from daily tips to weekly webinars like this, to a growth execution group on Facebook. It's got so much that you can utilize. There's exclusives in there as well. We're looking to get a growth execution retreat going next year, so you can sign up for that, register for that as well. But loads and loads of stuff. Do click the button up in the top right that says Growth Execution Directory. You can get 20 minutes free, gratis, specifically dedicated to your business. There is no better way to help your business grow in 2021 than have that free 20-minute consultation. It will just help you within this environment to make sure that you're using all of the tools that you can to grow